good evening from the heart of flyover country. It's time to play Without Rule of Law. I'm your master of ceremonies, Bobby Spags, here to introduce you to our undisputed, world-renowned, top-secret panel. Riverside Will! And your host, Patrick Henry! And now it's time to play Without Rule of Law, the card game that gets you navigating the unthinkable and asks, can you brave a world beyond law? Take it away, Patrick Henry.
All right, let's try this again.
Hello!
Out there. Good evening.
Let us know if you can hear us, please. We have been besieged by problems.
Illuminati confirmed.
Birds aren't real, flat earth, all the things.
Wait. Where are we?
I don't know. We're not in the studio. Riverside Will, where are we?
Undisclosed location?
In the dark.
Somewhere in the MPP compound?
Oh, my goodness.
What's happening?
Oh.
What is this? I don't understand. I'm so confused. No, I'm not.
I'm a white, middle-aged Christian straight male from the Midwest, and I fear change. I don't know what's happening.
Oh no. That sounds like a personal problem. I think we have a therapist, Sam Russell, in the comment section tonight.
Sam, you can be my therapist any day, buddy.
Sam,
Yeah,
welcome.
Sam would give you some bullet therapy.
I'll take a Marine Corps gunner any day.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thank you to all of you who are out here hanging out with us tonight. As you can tell, we're having a special evening. We have a special guest, so we thought we would turn up the notch on shenanigans this evening. So we'll dive right into it. All of you that are here, you probably know what Without Rule of Law is. And so without further ado, tonight's special guest isn't just talking about preparedness. He has lived it. This dude, he is an Army infantry veteran with combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He is the man behind the channel Grunt Proof. So right off the bat, let's bring Randall in. And here we go. Let me see here. Boom, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Randall himself. Thank you, Randall.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Outstanding. Glad to have you, sir. Thank you, Angie. We appreciate that. 5x5. So, Randall, we're not teasing into this. We're going to go straight to the edge of the cliff because if things went hot tomorrow, right, which things often do considering Murphy's Law, people will not get a warm-up. They're just going to get a, oh, my God, it's happening.
Right.
All right. So, real quick, we'll just kind of get into the shenanigans. I got a couple of really spicy ones for the panel this evening. Bunker Buster Bobby is going to get some, I don't know, Bobby may or may not get cream corn questions. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. All right, so Randall, let's start off here. If China invades Taiwan, Russia escalates in Eastern Europe, and the U.S. enters full-scale conflict, supply chains will collapse within 30 days. That's probably a given, right?
Yeah, or sooner.
Yeah, or sooner. Fair. So with that, as a combat veteran, what are the first 3 moves you would make in the first 72 hours? And what are civilians getting dangerously wrong right now?
Well, that's loaded.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Well, it's good you mentioned multiple players because I see it that way too. You'll have a lot of people trying to capitalize on bad times. People that most people don't even think about. I think in general, a lot of people aren't prepared for just basic emergencies. So if we get to this whole doomsday scenario, I think we have kind of like some plans, for if things get bad, and it's kind of a layered system. But my priority is just going to be communication with friends and family, making sure people know what's going on. Because like look at our news today, like. They could say people are dropping in on America, and we might just call it fake news.
Right.
So, yeah, for me, it'd be comms and organization. And then, I don't know, man, buttoning down. I'm not going to go out there and try to fight, some foreign army with my neighbors. We're going to be looking at a defensive strategy and just trying to hold tight and as the news comes in, develop the situation.
So what you're saying is comms, organize, and sit tight. You don't have any plans whatsoever, from what I can tell, that you're going to squat up with the local Topeka high school football team and yell Badgers and start like mowing down the Blue Hats and whoever else tries to invade, right?
No, I think that's kind of a problem in this. On the internet side of this is people think they're going to go take on federal armies and real forces. Like we're looking at defense and kind of rebel guerrilla operations.
Sure.
Like I don't have the means to take out a tank yet. I could go get those means, but if I'm at my job separated from my family, I'm not worried about going to find javelins in the first couple hours.
Right. We totally do not have any of that kind of stuff right now. Whoever is listening.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Wolverines are prepper porn and always have been.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay. All right. So going into it, the next question, that's fantastic. So comms, organize, and sit tight. So you're just going to sit back, watch the bullets fly, and then plan and react, right?
Yep. We don't want to be just running around out there starting patrols and all that when we don't even really know what's going on.
Yeah. What kind of American are you anyway? No, all right. So the next one is
you have to wear your rose-tinted glasses. When you say that.
Yeah. They're upstairs. I'll come back. Give me a minute. So this one, the next one goes out to my homie Bunker Buster Bobby.
What's up, folks?
This is going to be a fantastic one because all of your questions are very, very specifically themed.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No, cream corn is still of the devil. Just saying.
Bobby Boucher, my mama always told me. All right, Bobby. The lizard people revelation.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, so here we go.
We're already off the rails.
Bobby, you discover that your father-in-law, Larry, is secretly one of the reptilian elites.
Yeah.
Okay, so full Y-File style, obviously. Shout out to Y-Files. He claims that he's been protecting your family this whole time. So here's the thing. Here's the rub. Do you expose him? Do you eliminate him? Or do you hear him out? And why?
I think you have to hear him out. I mean, I know it's not the sexy answer, but if he's actually been protecting your family, maybe he's a defector. Maybe lizard people is code for something else. I don't know, but if you've known somebody for 20 plus years, which I've known my father-in-law for 20 plus years, you're not just going to instantly, there's no switch in the average person's mind where you're just going to John Wick somebody in 5 seconds. So you have to hear somebody out at that point. I think you have to get the information so you don't make a dumb decision, because my God, if you're wrong, well, then the marriage you've been in for 20 years is also about to go down the shitter as well. So, I mean, making an informed decision means you have to kind of listen to what's being said and not just make rash emotional decisions. That's kind of what we pride ourselves with as men, is not making in the moment irrational emotional decisions. So, I mean, if we're going to play by that rule book, we have to stick with it even when it affects us personally.
Bobby, I think I would cast Fireball.
Fireball!
Oh, well, there we go.
Love it. Okay, so good. So you're going to hear him out. You're going to listen to what the man has to say.
Sure.
You're going to take him for, his word, because he is a good dude.
Maybe there's two kinds of lizard people. Maybe there's good lizard people and bad lizard people. How the hell am I supposed to know? I live in Kansas.
You got good Nephilim, bad Nephilim, good lizard people, bad lizard people.
Yeah, I don't know,
Makes
man.
sense. All right, fair enough.
I wasn't expecting that question, but okay, touche for the curveball.
All right, very good. Will, Riverside Will.
Oh,
Little Robert. All right, Will, your questions are very specifically themed as well. You guys are going to love these questions.
oh no.
Everybody tells me I make the greatest questions. Our questions are the greatest. If you just look at our numbers tell us the questions are the greatest. All right. So, Will, the dreaded zombie bite. Dun, dun, dun. Will,
Okay.
your beautiful wife has been bitten. You know what's coming. You have about an hour to react, or so, given on what you've seen in the media. What do you do? And how do you tell other people the truth? Or do you tell the other people in your group the truth?
Just a gameplay here, just a little bit. We talking like Walking Dead, they got bit in the hand, we can chop it off option, or are we talking like they got bit in the torso and there's no choice?
Let's just say it says the question is very specific. It says she's going to turn.
All right, done, donezo.
Yep.
All right, done deal. Okay. So this more has to do with whether or not I'm going to go ahead and tell the group about this issue, I suppose.
Yep, fair.
I don't necessarily see a reason to hide it from my group, assuming that I kind of know those people. Fundamentally, I would like to think that the people that I hang with aren't boisterous goobers who are just going to go half cock on an issue for no reason. Not to mention the in theory here, the problem is that she's effectively a time bomb.
Yeah.
And the more people that are aware of that issue, the less likely that it's actually going to be an issue for everybody. And
Right.
we can confine the issue and make that last moments be as the least amount of unpleasant possible.
That's fair. So you're going the compassionate route. You're going to take it easy on your crew because like you said, she's potentially a ticking time bomb. So again, zombies are metaphorical, but in the grand scheme of things, should this be something else, some other life-altering disease or something that is catastrophic that is uncurable or is unavoidable?
Right.
That's a hard scenario, and I think a lot of people would have a hard time looking at their spouse or someone that they love and then making that hard decision. Do I tell the group, Bobby got bit somehow on his left arm? And he's going to be turning.
So this isn't COVID. This is something serious.
Something very serious.
Okay, got it.
No. There's no jab that's going to save you. No remdesivir.
I think it would change a bit if you don't know the group.
That's fair.
But also, it's like, if you're hanging with those people, why don't you trust them?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you do. So, yes, thank you, Thunderhill Farm. Thunderhawk, that is a nice burn barrel. We appreciate that. Yes, some really cool people we know made that. So, all right. That's a fantastic answer, Will. I expect nothing less from you, sir. All right, so clip that, by the way. Back to Randall. So, Randall, the economic collapse now, right? We talked about supply chains breaking down. You're organizing, you're strategizing with comms inside your inner circle. So the supply chain has obviously broken down. The economic collapse has started to hit home. The dollar has obviously lost its reserve status overnight. Banks freeze withdrawals. Digital currency replaces cash. Do you go rural and disappear, or do you stay and build a defensive network? Walk me through your decision-making process from a SERE or a Army optics perspective.
All right. Well, I mean, an economic collapse, to me, that doesn't really mean doomsdays here. It could lead to that, but yeah, I mean, again, it's going to be just sit tight and develop the situation. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on, metrics of how society's doing. So, I mean, dollar is only worth what we say it is. And, the digital stuff, it's like, all right, well, if we're in a bad situation, the internet's down too. You don't have access to that. But yeah, I mean, we're just, again, we're just going to hold tight and look at the situation. Like, if we kept going, if it's looking bad, then we would start to, if it looked safe enough, we'd start to send out patrols, checking out the area and stuff like that, just to make sure, control our area. But yeah, I mean, if there's no shooting and, terrible death and stuff going on around us, it's like, we're not going to stress out,
Right. It's just the base collapsing. No big deal.
Yeah, you're not going to be standing at Walmart in line for toilet paper for a respiratory disease or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, buy all the pasta.
Why can't I buy 2 boxes of borax? You say I can only buy 1.
Yeah. No, nobody is taking out a hedge against inflation by buying toilet paper in your home.
Well, I mean, that could be a bartering thing. Like I was more surprised like that, people didn't have baby wipes or anything else to use. And
right.
Yep.
They thought the world was ending and that was their main supply. So I was like, okay.
I often think about that. This is a weird thought that floats around in the back of my mind. I wonder just exactly how many loofah sponges got just absolutely destroyed when people ran out of toilet paper.
Yeah, I want to see some real metrics. I want to see some actual dope charts and talk about things like that.
How many people were like, honey, I hate to tell you this, but you know your face wash, your face wipes, like
Don't use it anymore. It's all gone.
Don't use that
man.
towel anymore, dear. It's the softest one we have.
I'll tell you what, there's a funny story that comes out of this. When that whole stupid thing kicked off in 2021, I still wasn't even aware of the buying limitations. I didn't need to go to the store that often.
Yeah.
So I wasn't rushing to the store when all that happened. So my wife makes all of our laundry detergent by hand. So I went to the store to get a thing of Arm & Hammer baking soda and a thing of Arm & Hammer baking powder so she can make our laundry detergent. It was just that time for me to go buy laundry detergent stuff.
Nothing special.
I get in line with the 2 boxes and the guy goes, you can only buy 1 cleaning item at a time. We're rationing everything. And I said, well, the Arm & Hammer baking powder is for cleaning. The Arm & Hammer baking soda is for cooking. And he looks at me and he goes, clever answer. I'll let it go. And he scanned them both through. I was like, one's for cooking, one's for cleaning. So I'm only buying 1 for cleaning, I guess. And the guy's like, oh, clever answer. And he scanned them and let it go.
That, my friend,
No, all right.
is how you game the system. Our good friend Angela Allard from Grumpy Acres Farms, one of the sponsors of the Midwest Preparedness Project, longtime standing member of the community. Angela says this is an example of why you need to prepare for self-sufficiency. That's exactly right. Again, people that found themselves in that dire strait of needing baby formula or diapers, or again, it was a mad rush to get the N95 masks, and 3M made a killing. Let's just call a spade. And I'm guessing Johnson & Johnson and whoever else, Cottonelle, Charmin, they all made a killing. But that's a great point, Angie. All right. So again, to follow up, you said stay put. You're going to you're basically going to measure and monitor society, and again, formulate a plan based on strategic need rather than panic and greed.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, when people get scared, they get stupid, as we've seen, and we'll probably start to buffer our supplies and start to look at further action from there. But yeah, just I don't know, running around stressing out and everything, it's just going to get us into more trouble.
Yeah. So Travis says, grow kale. It's only good for toilet paper.
That's right. You go to a restaurant, they're like, would you like a spring salad with your steak? You just get up and leave.
This is not my kind of establishment. You lost my $47, sir.
Randall, I got a question for Randall.
Yeah.
Without giving away anything OPSEC, do you recommend any particular source for information and news that might be outside of the CNN, Fox, or Telegram channels or anything like that? Where would you recommend the average person start to go to get legitimate information on things like this?
I don't have a good answer. I still rely on just looking at mixed sources to try to get a bigger picture. But I think smart friends, we're supposed to seek wise counsel. I think smart friends who pay attention to things like, I have what I call nerd friends. They just nerd out about news constantly, and they're looking at OSINT. That's been a popular word, but they're going to tell me exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So, we all have signal groups and stuff like that. And my problem with those groups is letting too many people in, and then it just turns into a secret social media. But
holy cow, you ain't lying.
Meme sharing.
in the rural areas, we're using radios, and so, I mean, if it's something across the country from me, I'll pay attention to it. But it's kind of like how I see the federal government. It's like, they take my tax dollars, but it doesn't really affect my day-to-day life too much, so it's like, I don't stress out about it. And I look at it the same with information. It's like, if I don't hear gunfire in my area, I'm not really ready to battle, and I'm just going to see if like I don't have the internet, then I'm going to switch to radio, kind of like the pace plan thing. And we're connected to all the repeaters that we've got ham dudes in our area that they're talking to the rest of the country, You got the long wave radio dudes, like they can, they can get some good information. And if we're getting to that point where it's looking serious, I think a big problem is going to be, we're already flooded with information and doom slop, just keeping people freaked out and stuff. So
Sure.
I think the problem is going to be filtering the information to where it actually like makes sense to us,
Fireball. Sorry, Randall.
It's all good.
No, I tend to agree with that. I still have some friends in the military who are dispersed to places unknown, and talking with them on Signal is far more important to me than watching, mainstream media or anything like that.
You get more true information from that than you do from the fake media.
Well, yeah. I got guys who I served with, and they're still in, and they're not going to bullshit me. So they're going to give me what they're allowed to or what they can over various forms of communication. And even the tidbits that they can drip to you are going to be far better than what you get on the TV.
Yep. Our site manager for Midwest, Matthew T. Hemis. Matt, I'm always going to butcher your name. It's Matt. Matt says Grand Theft World and the Corbett Report.
The Corbett
Report are his go-to podcasts for current events and historical analysis of current events.
Good enough.
That's a good place to go. That's a good place to go. So Forces of Fury says that First Alert, if you can get a subscription, or big program from data miner, and it's awesome. Oh, it's a big program. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, Bobby, next question.
Yes, sir.
All right, following in suit with where we started, this is going to get weirder as we go on.
Oh boy.
So, Bobby, a secret government lizard people insider offers you a without rule of law advantage.
We're spiraling.
Yes, this is going to get so weird.
Okay.
All right. He offers you intel. He's telling you about coming food shortages, targeted grid failures, safe zones, but only if you keep his identity secret and you house his lizard people children when it happens. Do you take the deal?
Oh boy. Look, man, in that world, if all of that is true, if what you said is actually happening, you're operating under a whole new paradigm where all the things you thought you knew are probably not extremely true, while still being oddly true. It's going to put you in that unknown, as Donald Rumsfeld said, there are the unknown unknowns, right?
Right.
You're going to get into some word slop there, but again, every invading force has dissenters. They always have. And if someone's feeding you legit intel and you can prove that it's legit intel, I don't know why the hell you wouldn't somehow black market your way into some kind of relationship with an intel source on the inside. It's going to come with a lot of added risk, a lot of added risk. But I mean, the resistance in France only happened because they had people on the inside of Germany feeding them information. The OSS always had, insiders giving them information. Every resistance has always had an insider somewhere giving them information. So, I mean, risk, reward, you got to do some analysis there, I think.
I think you have a saying about that.
Every decision in life is an economic decision. And if you can economically find a way to justify the risk, then you have to take it.
Clip that, StreamYard. That's good stuff. We're going to get that on a t-shirt one of these days. What is that? What do you say there? Angie says, oh, wait. Unknown like today. OMG.
Jeez. You have no idea the amount of technical difficulties we had just moving this studio outside tonight. We were really beset on all sides.
Yeah. Good stuff. It was good stuff. But here we are. We're enjoying this really, really cool plasma cut fire barrel, MPP custom. All right. So, Will. Wait, Bobby. So did you take the deal? Obviously, right?
If the reward is good enough, I'll take the deal. Black marketeering always works. My whole time in the Army, I black marketeered with all the supply and all the section chiefs. Man, if you knew what you were doing, you could get information from even people you weren't supposed to get it from. So, yep. I'm probably the guy that would take the risk. I would just have to make sure the risk outweighed the reward outweighed the risk.
My dog, unapologetically capitalist.
Unapologetically capitalist.
All right. So getting even weirder down the weird train. Choo choo. It has no brakes. It ain't stopping tonight. Will, moving right along, staying in the same theme of awkwardness. Will, now your kid is turning green.
Green.
Yes.
Okay.
Your child is infected, but still conscious,
Okay.
scared, and asking, Daddy, why are my feet turning green?
Mm.
Do you stay with them to the end, or do you walk away? Like, the chick in the road did to her husband and their infant child.
Oh, you're asking me if I had abandoned my child?
Yes.
No.
That's a You're not.
I was like, where's the question part of this? No, of course not.
Take them out
No.
in the field and tell them, just look at the daisies. Just
No.
Look at the daisies. No?
No.
All right.
No, God has entrusted me with this one beautiful, precious thing. I'm not going to just abandon it.
That's a great answer because the questions get even weirder from here. All right, so we're getting close to the top of the hour. Typically, at this point in the show, we like to do a plug for our sponsors, our very own Bunker Buster Bobby. Bobby, you got a couple of people you'd like to highlight?
I do have a couple of people. Everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. As you all know, I'm Bobby Spags, the MC of the MPP, here with your Preparedness PSA of the day. Today's Preparedness PSA is to shop local and to deal with people who are willing to deal with you on the same moral, ethical, political, and societal terms. So 2 people I'd like to shout out tonight. Number 1 is Carrie and Glenn from Thunderhill Farms. I was speaking with them tonight or today on the phone. They're sending out another wonderful basket of their jams, jellies, food products, and preserves. And there's some new items as well. So when you come to the festival this spring, May 5 through 10 at Bloomington West Campground by beautiful Lake Clinton, in between Topeka and Lawrence on I-70, you will get a chance to win that basket of goodies from them. So please go and make sure you check out Thunderhill Farm on their website. Their social media is all the same name.
Yep.
Second, I want to give a shout out to our newest sponsor, Angie from Heartland Family Designs. I met her several times at Self-Reliance Festival over at Nicole Sauce's event. And the last time I saw her is when I emceed for Self-Reliance Festival last fall. And she graciously gifted me with a folding knife that was cut with SRF's logo. And I'm like, it was the coolest little knife I'd seen. So when she reached out to us to be a vendor, I'm like, instead of taking your money, I'd rather you just barter me something cool that I can use to give to our speakers, to give to our, into the giveaway and that kind of stuff. So her and I today reached an agreement. She's going to give us some really cool stuff, some patches, some trays, some freeze-dried foods, and all that kind of stuff. So please go check out Heartland Family Design. Again, their website, Heartland Family Design, and social media of the same name. The idea is to build the community, to build the tribe, to get it bigger and better, adding more logos, more names, more people, more places you can spend your money instead of spending it at Disneyland and at Dollywood or wherever, places where people want to kill you.
Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yeah. How about you spend your time and your money and your resources with people who think the same way you do, who want your children to thrive the same way you want your children to thrive, who care about the same morals, the same ethics, and the same societal concerns that you have. So please go check out Thunderhill Farms, check out Heartland Family Designs. Both of them are fantastic ladies and guys who are going to get you some of the coolest stuff you'll ever see.
Yeah, come to the festival. You'll be able to check out their gear.
For sure.
Or you might be able to even win some, take it home.
There's going to be a chance you're going to win some of that stuff. And yeah, just come check it out. You won't be disappointed.
I'm telling you guys right now, Thunderhill Farms makes this caramel sauce. That stuff is amazing. It's like Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything.
Yes.
It's so good. So good. All right. Moving right along in the show tonight. All right. So, Randall, we're going back to you, sir. Randall, instead of Call of Duty, it's called Back to Duty. Right, so here at the end of the year, our POTUS, a chief, a commander-in-chief, the guy that's sitting in the White House right now, he's making it so that every young man is now going to be automatically enlisted for the draft, whether they like it or not. You don't even have to check no or yes on your driver's license or any of those things. You're just going to be automatically in the draft because I don't know who does that. When do you do that? Why do you do that? We don't know. We're going to find out though. So Randall, you receive an unofficial call from a former military contact asking you to assist in training civilian defensive groups in your area. Do you answer that call, or do you protect your immediate circle only and say, new phone, who dis?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I guess it depends on what the call is for. If it's some shit we stirred up doing our world police thing, I might not be working with them, or I might work with them and just poach their contacts.
Oh,
There you go.
And it also depends on, what the demands are. Like, I don't know, if it's like some training advisory stuff, like I would, and I'm not sent somewhere, I would be happy to help train guys who are just stuck in a situation.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not their fault. They're they're dealing with that, but I don't. It depends. A lot of people forget we do have the militia, and it's 18 to 45. It's still in Title 10. So I have a pretty hot take on that I've talked about before with the standing army and all that stuff. Like,
Yep.
it's that's a whole other topic, but I don't know, man. I like training guys and I like working with young dudes and mentoring. So if it doesn't take me away from my own network, then yeah, man, of course. Because I mean, let's be honest, man. I think we brag about our volunteer force, and I think I've said this before, but we can only brag about our volunteer force because 18-year-old kids, especially young men who think the country hates them, don't really have anything else to do. But
Yep.
it's like if I think the country was doing as well as it should be, we wouldn't have a volunteer force. We would have to have a draft because nobody would want to go do that. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot there, but I like training dudes and helping. So yeah, I mean, if I'm not abandoning my own post, like, yeah, I would help where I can.
So Randall's going to put on his rosy-colored glasses, and he's going to train some dudes and ask, "What kind of American are you?" Love it, love it.
Why would you not take the free information, especially if there's no real risk to yourself or your group?
Yeah.
Because
Well, and you got to think about contacts. You might it depends on what is going on, like what we're training for, where we're sending guys. But it's like, there's a networking opportunity there. If it's something that we probably shouldn't be involved in, and it's like guys are just going to die for no reason, like, most of those dudes are just going to be looking for a leader and an excuse to walk away. So
Yeah.
you could show up and be like, "Hey guys, this is all fake and gay," like, but we need some bodies where we're at.
It's all fake and gay. There it is.
I was really
be like,
hoping you were going to say something like, "That depends. Are they giving out free javelins with every training?"
yeah, there you go. Yeah, because you're going to get information with that too.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Like when I sign up, do I automatically get my self-destruct drone that I can pilot?
Well, we all think we're bigger and badder than we are, but what's the actual risk to saying no to that?
Yeah.
We all pretend like we're just going to be this upright Dudley Do-Right, Captain America that says, no, this is wrong. But when you have 15 dudes in a room and they're looking at you saying you're going to do this, if you say no, you probably just orphaned your kids and widowed your wife because you just told them no. So sometimes you have to say yes.
That's a level of peer pressure you don't want. Yeah. Very good answer, Randall. Thank you very much, sir. All right, moving on, and another line of awkward questions for our very own Bunker Buster, Bobby.
Yes.
All right, Bobby. So family versus humanity. You learn that these lizard people elites, they're actively manipulating events causing the collapse and have caused the collapse through those events. You found this out through your deal that you took with the informant, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got his children now. You're taking care of his little lizard babies, right? They're doing little lizard baby things.
I've seen the movie Enemy Mine back in the 80s. I remember what this
zombies.
is like.
Yeah. You're taking care of zombies. Okay, so do you protect your family's advantage, or do you risk everything to warn others with the information that you have?
Your first charge from God is your family. Your second charge is your immediate society. I think that you have to pick your family first in the vast majority of situations. If men aren't taking care of their families, and families are supposed to be the foundation of society, then by destroying your own family for the betterment of a society that will no longer have your family, you're kind of targeting your own foundation at that point. So I kind of tend to be the guy who would rather protect my family immediately. I mean, there would have to be some extreme circumstances for me to abandon the family for the greater good. You know, the greater good, this egalitarian bullshit idea, I don't buy into it. I don't buy into it at all. I think that your concentric rings move outward, but that foundational one in the middle is your family. You can't just abandon your family because, well, this theoretical greater good that may or may not even exist.
Right. Right. Very good. Very good. So again, faith, family, fellowship,
Yep.
your God-given duty is to
Yep.
your family. And then outside of that, the fellowship that you keep, because right, if you don't have that network, you don't have those people that you can count on, what do you have?
Right. You know, it's the same line of thinking that got people during GWAT to ask these ridiculous questions. Like, if you could absolutely horribly and inhumanely torture one person to save all of New York, you know.
You forgot one thing. Fireball the lizard children.
Fireball!
Yeah, and they always would ask these most extreme questions, like, if you could torture one guy to the point of death by holding his kid in front of him at gunpoint, would you do it to save a dirty bomb from hitting New York? And I'm like, in what scenario does this actually take place? Like, this is just some weird movie shit at this point. Like, could it happen? Theoretically, yes, but I mean, no, it probably never would. So why are we even entertaining the idea of this being a moral justifier for doing horrible things to other people?
Well,
beyond the prepper porn, right?
We played out the whole let's have a grand society without family thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I've seen how it's gone thus far, and I think I'm going to choose family.
100%.
Every time, no matter what.
Yep.
Very good answer, sir. Very good answer. I only expect good answers from you. All right, Will. So your wife, then your little baby, they both turn green. All right.
I'm so sorry you came here all the way here tonight.
Going and killing my whole family, man. What the heck?
Yeah. So it's going to get more weird. All right. So here's the thing, Will. They remember you. It's a good thing you didn't take out the little baby.
Okay.
It's a good thing you didn't take out Mama. So your turned family members, they don't attack
It's
you
went
immediately.
from The Walking Dead to 28 days later, I see.
They hesitate, almost recognizing you, Will.
Uh-huh.
Do you use that to your advantage, or do you hesitate and risk your group? Because you didn't necessarily tell your group. You said that you had some obligations to talk to your group. You weren't going to necessarily destroy your family at the same time. So now that you have this knowledge, a few days into it, they're kind of looking at you like, you know, hey, I recognize you. So with that, what do you do? What do you do? Do you use that to your advantage, or do you hesitate? It's more like what was it? There was like a TV show where
the governor had his daughter chained up in the room because she was still a zombie or something like that.
There was another zombie show called Z Nation where the zombies were like intelligent, and some of them were like normal. So in like the Z Nation aspect of zombies, do you hesitate or do you risk your group?
The hesitation we're having here is whether or not I execute them. Is that what we're going at?
No. Do you hesitate in risking your group, or do you use that knowledge to your advantage somehow? And if you do, how do you do that?
I still kind of go back to under the assumption that this is a small group and I trust them. I don't see the disadvantage of making them aware of what I am aware of.
Okay.
As to the utilizing knowledge of zombie infection, maybe not as bad as we thought, knowledge. I think that once we as a group are more aware of the issue, we can all kind of start brainstorming solutions on how to utilize it. But I mean, the primary one I would imagine would just be if the zombies that are familiar with me interact with me in a certain way and the zombies interact with each other in a certain way, I can't help but see a lot of similarities with other scenarios where we said where if I have an insider, it's always a good thing.
Sure.
Don't know as if I'd really super love leveraging my wife and child that way, but still, at the very least, you could potentially see some solutions.
Buy him some time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Michonne in The Walking Dead, she used zombies to mask herself from the other zombies, so maybe there's some advantage there. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, so many thoughts.
He's got a daughter carrying a big rucksack, and his wife is doing the mowing the yard and fixing the roof.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of other ideas that I've been playing with recently, with the ideas of toxic empathy and society at large, and groups and cohesion, and what identifies what group, and I'm seeing some overlap here. Long and short of it, if it poses no risk to them and they can interact with this group that is, i.e. zombies, that are my opposition in a way that is valuable to my groups and to my family's long-term survival, I don't see a downside.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I
Fantastic.
love the term toxic empathy. That is so America 2025.
It is. It is. It's right up there with everything is gay and
Fake and gay.
Fake and gay.
It's a theory I've seen recently where it's basically that they've weaponized your empathy against you. They've
Yep.
Very much.
weaponized your good nature against you. And
Pretty much.
I think it
100%.
has a lot to do with the current situation.
All right, we'll do a couple more, and then we'll break into our infamous lightning round, where
I'm gonna choke so hard.
the lightning round is so good. It's so good. All right, so here we go. All right. Well, what is that? There's a mad face, an angry face. Robert said he's got an angry face in there. Robert, I don't know why you have an angry face. Hopefully, you can jump in the comments and tell us why you got an angry face. Hopefully it's not because of the Dr. Frankenstein comment or the fake and gay comments, but we're going to find out because you're going to tell us, right? All right. So,
You didn't think you'd get picked on for that angry face.
yeah,
We're
man.
throwing you to the floor.
Bro, we're all Gen X. It's probably a typo. Calm down.
Come on. He thought that meant like cool. Those are sunglasses? I thought he was just had a bad sunburn. No, that's angry face, Robert. All right, so check it out. Randall, this one goes back to you. This is right up your alley, my friend. So in terms of what you do in your channel and your lifestyle, from a gear review perspective, some of the other things that I know you're very, very, man, there's a beetle on my neck. Very, very famous for. I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah, there's some June bugs flying around right now.
All right, so Randall, you can either have a fully kitted top-tier tactical loadout, so option A, or you can have a small group of untrained boys that were in that group that you chose to lead and train, who are willing to follow you. Which do you choose? So again, mind you, option B, they're untrained and they don't have any weapons, no real tactical gear. Or you can have a fully kitted top-tier tactical loadout, including 2 javelins.
Oh, wow. You really hate our knees, don't you?
I'm taking Group B, man, because I can train those guys, and we can find stuff. Definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Love it. So Badgerines.
So this is an example of quantity over quality.
Yeah, a rare example of quantity over quality. Yeah, very good. So again, why would you take them over the gear? Because you can train them, but what is the advantage there?
I mean, I already have gear, but you can. I don't know. You can train dudes.
Yeah,
I think it's better to have people. If I had the 2 free javelins, and I'm, if I don't have extra guys to back me up, I can't fire that javelin. It takes about a minute to get the clue mounted on it and get it ready to launch. So if I'm getting shot in the face trying to set up a javelin, the javelin's useless. But
right.
And it's also kind of the humanity aspect, like working with people,
Love it.
You can train dudes. Well, I mean, I would definitely vet them, but make sure they fit the culture. But yeah, no.
I would not just hand the average 15-year-old a javelin or a law and say, point it that way and pull the trigger.
Yeah. Well, they'd be looking for like the one button that fires it, and then you tell them they got to put it together. And
yeah. What I heard Randall just say just now is everybody needs a point man.
Right. Billy, the guy with the cleft foot, you're in front. Get up there. All right. Very good, Randall. Very good. I love it. StreamYard, clip that. That's another great one. All right. Let's do, we might have time for 2 more. All right. Triple B. This is the compound question. All right. So the lizard person elite, right? The one that gave you the insider knowledge.
You really like the lizard people tonight. How much Y-Files have you been watching?
All the
Hecklefish, are you involved with this?
No. Sam Russell said that's the only place he gets his information from.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. So the lizard person elite, Bobby, He has been ousted by his group, right? So they know he's been leaking information to you. He seeks asylum in your group. So he wants to join your group and bring others like him, other lizard people who claim they can help defend your compound with lizard people weaponry.
Okay.
But that means you're going to also draw the ire of the lizard people army. Do you accept the lizard people help, or do you turn them away?
Well, they've already been helping us. It'd be a terribly shitty thing for me to do to turn them away when they actually need help back. I know that's kind of, again, it's the altruistic answer, and I hate altruism 98% of the time. But
this is the 2% time.
But look, man, if someone's been risking their ass to help my family and me survive, and let's say that there's been a period of time that we've successfully been surviving because Lizard to Center is like, you know, here's some information about where they're going to put the chaff grenades, or they're going to put the limpet mines in the ground, and I've been able to avoid the grenades and mines. I do kind of owe this guy, whether he's a lizard person or not, for saving us. So I would think that you'd have to take that into consideration. Like, if he's been risking, you know, gills and tail to help me, it would be a shitty ass thing for me to do, to just the minute he needs my help to turn my back on him. So I would hope that there would be enough trust built up and there would be enough time. You know, time is also a factor here. If he's only been giving me information for all of 5 minutes throughout this conflict, that might be a much different thing than if he's been giving me and feeding me intel successfully for 6 months or a year into the conflict. So there's a lot of environmental things you got to consider here, but all in all, if he's been helping and it's been legitimate help, I would have to help him in some way. I don't know that it means fully welcoming him into the compound, but it might mean, you know, you can be behind the compound in a tent for a while we talk it out with the group. You know, I don't know that that'd be a decision I'd make myself either.
He's got to get his COVID shot and immunization and his Tdap first.
Naturally, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Wear a mask. You're fine. Come on in.
Yeah, I need you to put one of those cloth Nike masks on.
You're not allowed to raw dog the air if you're going to hang out with us, lizard guy.
Yeah. What are you doing? You know what? That is a fantastic answer. I expected nothing less from you, but I am, however, disappointed that you didn't answer simply by saying, yeah, Randall said it earlier. Everybody needs a point, man. All right. Very good. What if one of the... Oh, come on, Andy.
Low-hanging fruit.
Man. Like, duh. We already know that one. Of course she is.
Every court needs a court jester. Just saying.
In that case,
Fireball! All right.
Randall's like, who are these weirdos I ended up hanging out with?
Why did I sign up to be on this call? That's what he's thinking right now.
Last one, then we'll launch into the dreaded lightning round. All right, Will. So, group votes. So you mentioned that you are in a small group, or potentially, most likely in a small group, tight-knit group, people that you trust, people that you know trust you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in that circle, right? So your group has found out. I mean, it's not like your daughter's not green.
Yeah.
You told them.
It's pretty apparent.
I mean, your wife's walking around with like this big chomp.
We only had so much white makeup for so long to cover the green.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, so the group.
They're like, why is your daughter dressed up like a clown? I was like, don't worry about it.
It's whiteface, you racist.
It's whiteface. Why are you such a racist?
All right, so the group decides that infected members will be immediately eliminated.
Oh.
No exceptions.
Wow, this escalated quickly.
Yep.
We went from some hippies to some interesting opinions real quick here. All right, okay.
For the safety of the group at large, your group has voted that all infected must be eliminated, regardless of who they are.
All right.
And you have two choices.
Yeah.
Fight back against your group.
Okay.
Or deal with the decision.
Now, do I have secret third option? Can I just be like, hey guys, that's cool. We're gonna just go.
I don't know. Would your group just let you go, knowing that you know all their secrets and inner, outer, secret entries and all that good stuff? Would your group just let you go?
Well, this just got dark.
That did just get dark. Okay, I'm gonna give a little bit more of a holistic answer than maybe I should. If I was leaving out of pure cowardice, they would not. I think in this point, my reasoning would not be cowardice.
Fake and gay. Very good.
I didn't see what his comment said. What was that?
He said democracy is gay.
I
Democracy
heard
is
the
gay.
great saying
Yeah.
recently. I don't know where it's from, but everything's fake until proven gay.
In the court of law?
In a court of law, yeah. Under the assumption that I'm leaving purely out of this, there's not like other factors kind of swelling around that I'm like, oh, this is, but if it's just, yeah, I understand your decision. I can see why you're thinking this is a security risk. You want them eliminated. I'm suggesting that to remove the security risk, I leave. I would think my group would opt to allow that. Because though, the potential of, again, cowardless, a person being just pure coward leaving, being a security risk is there. A person leaving more out of just, I have good reasons, I need to go. I think my group would understand. That's stated out of the two options. If I had to choose between the two,
it doesn't say how you fight back. It just says, do you fight back? You could argue.
I'd have to pose resistance. I would not be willing to put down my whole group for the sake of that decision of theirs. I would far prefer to remove myself from that situation.
That is why we play without rule of law, because again, it puts us in those heart-wrenching places of thought where we don't typically go. I mean, that's why we play without rule of law around the Midwest Preparedness Project campfire, because again, we have all these altruisms, like Bobby stated earlier, that we put ourselves in these ridiculous places in our mind. Well, I'll just go Rambo, or I'll just do X, Y, Z. But really, truthfully, until it's you or someone that you love, I mean, we can romanticize all of the prepper porn all day long, but your wife and your children, your family, your friends, your loved one, your inner circle, that's really where the meat and potatoes of what a man is.
Sorry, I forgot. I didn't check how big the room is. I'm just going to go ahead and cast Fireball. 86 on the table real quick.
Bam!
Nerd!
All right, love it. Well, fantastic answer.
And if you think we have fun on the lives, come to the camp out.
Yeah, come to the camp out and play it for real.
Yes, play with us, in fact. You can play it live with us at the camp out in real life.
You can do that whole angry face nonsense, but like to me in person, like a real man and not a coward on the
All right, to show the spirit of fairness, we're going to do this real quick. Let me.
Oh, he's got the RNG wheel.
No!
All right,
No!
you people at home tonight, this is the RNG Wheel of Death. This will decide which one of our illustrious panelists this evening get the questions. And this is very random. It will blank out the name so that everyone gets picked on equally. All right, so let's see here. Let me turn the volume up so we can hear the little wheel spinning. You guys hear that at home? First question goes to Bunker Buster Bobby. All right, very good.
Not me.
Very good.
Are you not entertained?
We are entertained. I hope you guys are entertained. All right, Bobby, this is a good one. Again,
Okay.
right up your alley. Bobby, you discovered a hidden stash of glasses in an alley. And when you put them on, you start seeing the world for what it really is.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Okay.
So you start seeing the global elites, like our Hefe in charge of the big house that's white.
Yeah.
Mr. Elon Musk himself.
Oh, boy.
And those others as part of a hidden controlling class manipulating humanity.
Uh-huh.
What's your first move once you see the truth and you have that box of glasses?
I've been watching people ignore the truth for years. I'm putting the glasses on eBay, taking my money, and running. Just saying. They live.
Unapologetically capitalist.
Yep. People have known the truth for decades. Look, you all know what happened on 9/11. You know all about Epstein. You know about, October 7th. You know about all that stuff. You have done nothing about it. You wouldn't even stick up for your kids during COVID. So I have no illusion that if I give you these magic glasses, anything changes. I'm selling that shit on eBay. I'm taking my money and I'm buying more bullets. Just saying.
I love it. He's going to open an Etsy shop. It's going to be great.
Truth glasses. $29.99.
Now you need to
I'll
buy,
get a televangelist to pray over it.
you need to buy all these Chinesium fake ones after the real ones run out. Just
right.
keep the sales up.
Yeah, no,
crazy.
nothing changes.
The first invoice is going to say Joel Holstein. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
You can only come to my church during the hurricane if you're wearing my special glasses.
He doesn't want anyone to see him. Take it off the audience. All right, very good. All right, so
That was easy.
next question. Here we go for you people at home. It goes. Oh no!
Oh,
Back to Bobby. All right, Randall.
hashtag we're getting canceled. Let's do this.
You guys are so lucky tonight. Last time it picked on, I think it picked on
John
Cantrell.
Cantrell
Yes,
the whole
it
time. Yeah.
The Topeka Pride boxer, John Cantrell, he got whooped up on. All right, Bobby. Bigfoot the Wookiee.
What the hell's going on
I
today?
tried to say that with a straight face, man. You're not helping.
Okay.
All right, Bobby.
So Bigfoot, got it.
Bigfoot shows up at your compound, but he's actually an intergalactic being. Basically, he's a stranded Wookiee
Okay.
with advanced knowledge, and he's searching for his long-lost, scruffy, nerf-hurting scoundrel buddy.
Mm.
Do you help him, let him in, and trust him, or do you see him as a threat and see what Wookiee tastes like?
If he's wow, okay. Well, this is where I'm calling Randall on Signal saying, bro, get the javelin. I bet if you hit once with the javelin on any interdimensional being and then add any Kansas City barbecue sauce, it's better than shredded beef. So Bunker Buster Bobby.
Oh,
We're taking out Bigfoot.
You know-
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sam, we're gonna need some jerky.
Yeah, Sam, can you make jerky out of
Ass jerky don't make itself, boy.
Can you make jerky out of Sam Squanch?
And we just officially went off the rails. That's a great answer. Very good, Triple B.
Well,
All
you
right.
picked me twice in a row. You know this ain't gonna go
I
good.
didn't. RNG, the Wheels of Fate did.
RNGesus says so. I get it.
All right. Here we go. RNGesus. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
What?
I'm
It's
not
on the
doing
line.
this.
It's on the line.
All right, so this is actually, we'll give this to Will.
Yeah,
All right, Will.
yeah. It's on the line.
This is actually perfect for Will.
Go boy.
All right, Will. The Nephilim are loose.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
So, Will, reports have been confirmed that Nephilim giants have emerged from beneath the Euphrates and the Middle Eastern region known as Iraq from some strange dam that was guarded during Desert Storm and Desert Shield.
Oh boy.
You don't see nothing. Anyways,
Okay, so do you go into deep hiding? Do you attempt to join a resistance fighting them? Or do you move toward them to try to understand what's happening and get in touch with their feelings?
I'm gone. I'm out. I can't do this.
What are you going to do?
Fight him.
Oh, all right.
I've watched
I'll lose. Whatever. It's cool.
I've watched Titan,
Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan. You gotta fight him.
Will,
Yeah, I'll get that. I'll get that special booster pack they have. in Attack on
Yeah.
Titan. Yeah, zip
Wow.
around with the blades.
Bro,
Wow.
I half expected you to say, I'm going to take my pouch, I'm going to take my sling, I'm going to go to the river, I'm going to pick up 5 rocks, and I'm going to put down 5 Nephilim.
In all seriousness, if God puts us in a world where we have to fight Nephilim, there will be a solution.
Yeah, that's true.
God has this really uncanny way of giving us solutions for the problems he puts in front of us. If he does put such an interesting problem as Nephilim, I'm sure there'll be an interesting solution.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Probably a 15-year-old with 2 javelins. Just saying.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 15-year-olds with javelins.
And a
Got that point
backpack.
man up front. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Sorry,
15-year-old.
sorry, guys. When we're all done, the VA's kaput. You're not going to get any money out
All
of
right,
it. But
Randall.
Oh, man.
Don't tell me it's Bobby. Okay,
Oh.
one sec.
It's Will.
Okay.
Randall, you're getting off so easy. All right, so if we don't pick Randall if RNG doesn't pick Randall by default,
we're gonna
because they get the
do it
last
by
question.
socialism.
That's right. We're gonna vote by the democracy. Okay, so Will, simulation has been confirmed. Simulation has been confirmed. Will, you receive undeniable proof that reality is a simulation and we are living in the Matrix.
Okay.
A reset event is coming because the one is headed toward the singularity.
Neo, no.
Do you,
Wow, way to make that gay.
do you break out against the system, or do you live out your remaining days telling yourself that this is a nice, juicy steak?
Well, if the Matrix says it's a nice juicy steak,
We've read it out this long, I guess. I don't know.
oof.
What's your real options realistically? Do I know where Neo is? Do I know?
It doesn't matter. So it just says, do you fight against the system?
Mhm.
Do you fight against the matrix? Or do you just convince yourself that this is a nice, juicy steak?
I think I'd prefer reality things, actually.
Very cool.
The nice juicy steak as it may be, what point of it if it's not real?
So you're going to put on your rags and eat your gruel.
I suppose. Yeah.
Love it. Join the resistance.
I mean, that's kind of my modus operandi thus far. I don't see any reason to change.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Absolutely, 100%. All right, we're going to spin the wheel of RNG, but we all know what's going to happen here. Let's see.
Randall!
Holy shit.
Did it?
Randall! Hey! All right, thank you, RNGesus. All right, Randall, this is a very, very simple one. Elon has offered you a human upgrade offer. So you train those young 15 upstarts into a formidable fighting force. He's taken notice of that, and he's taken them all as his elite special guard because they were trained by the one and only Randall from Grunt Proof. So it's kind of like the guys in red from Star Wars that protected, Palpatine, but different. So Randall, Elon has offered you a genetic enhancement with increased strength, speed, and intelligence, but you're no longer fully human. Do you accept this upgrade to survive and potentially be his puppet, or do you stay human and risk falling behind during the Terminator War?
Holy cow! How
The
many
upgrade-
how many tropes can you put into one question?
Yeah. The upgrades for me or the dudes I trained?
Upgrades are for you. The dudes have already been upgraded. They're
Oh.
wearing red suits and red masks and red armor.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking it. I don't trust it. I don't want to be an android, and yeah, I'm good. If I die as a human.
Yep.
Love it, love it, love it. No transhumanism for you. You do not get a trip to rocket ship Mars.
Upgrades come with a kill switch, just saying. It's probably intrinsically part of it.
Especially if it's got Chinese chips.
Well, yeah, naturally.
All right. So that is our last question for the evening. We're going to go ahead and wind things down. It has been a fantastic show. We love all of you so much. Thank you for spending your evening with us. We know you could have done all kinds of things like rearranging your sock drawer, but instead you were here with us goons going through the trenches of Without Rule of Law. Angie, Matt, Heartland family, PJ, Asher, Sam, all of you lovely people. You guys are fantastic. You guys are the greatest audience. We have the greatest audience. Everyone tells us our audience is great. All right. So, Bobby, do you have any closing words for the people tonight?
I do. Look, this show, Without Rule of Law, we kind of take liberties with it. We turn it into something fun and entertaining because the whole idea is to get you guys to really like what we do. But at the end of the day, if you come to Midwest Preparedness, you're going to actually see 9 great speakers who are going to talk to you about real world stuff. And we're not going to be talking to you about Wookiees and aliens and cream corn or any of that bullshit. You're going to get to meet Randall on Saturday. He's going to be our closing speaker, our headliner. He's an amazing guy to talk to. One of the humblest guys with the greatest audience ever. Like, you're going to meet real people doing real things. So please enjoy the humor for what it's meant to be, but understand that behind it is a very real movement with the Midwest Preparedness Project.
100%.
We are part of an amazing thing called the Great American Preparedness Tour. You come to each of the events, you get a poker chip. Each poker chip has our logo. If you complete the tour within a year and you send us proof of life, we'll send you a laser engraved Mora Basic 511 that says Great American Preparedness Tour on it. If you don't know what Mora knives are, well, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's the greatest poor man's knife in the world.
Fantastic knife.
But you travel the country. The whole goal of what we're doing is we're building these groups and we're building shows with other people who are building shows to create this network of events across the United States so that, again, instead of spending your money with Disney, instead of spending your money with, I don't know, Silver Dollar City or San Francisco or someplace that wants you dead, you can spend your time with like-minded people who actually care about you, care about your families, care about your children.
Yep.
Come to Midwest. A whole lineup of events, a whole lineup of speakers, children's events all day. We're one of the few shows that do not put husbands and wives in conflict. We do not make you choose what you want to do. There are things for your kids to do. There are only 3 sessions a day so that husbands and wives can attend them together and not feel rushed from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. So, Randall, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I know it's a crazy thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of silly questions, but behind the silly questions there are real meanings. You can glean the deeper meanings and the deeper truths
100%.
and how people tend to view the world. Randall, do you have any closing things you would like to say before we sign off for the evening?
Well, let Will go. Let Will.
Oh, never mind. Randall.
Sorry. No, sorry. I didn't mean to interject with
My
Randall. Sorry.
bad.
I did not want to step in between Randall and the end here, but
We'll just do Randall last.
Okay, Randall,
yeah,
you're last.
He gets closed.
You get the closing comments.
Yeah, that's all good.
Here in 2 weeks, you get an option. You can either spend any portion of that week, because it's open for pretty much the whole week. I mean, from Tuesday, Saturday, free camping. You can spend that time with good people who are out in the woods having a good time, who are, I mean, nicest people you ever meet. The first camp out that I went to, I will never forget the fact that I'm not gonna go and dox the poor guy. But there's a guy out there who he just comes out. He's like, I'm going to cook breakfast for everybody. Why not? It's wild to show up to an event that, I mean, frankly, there's quite a lot of people there. And he's still like, yeah, no, I'll make pancakes for everybody. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yeah. Oh, you want to pay me? Nah, I'm good. It's all right. I mean, if you insist, I'll use it to buy some more stuff so I can make more food. But you know what?
That guy.
He's awesome. That's like half the people out there, at least. Maybe they may not be making the breakfast, but they're volunteering their time. They're saying, I have put together a course. I'm going to teach your kids stuff. I've put together a course. I'm going to teach you stuff. I'm going to make sure this place is safe. I'm going to make sure that there are so many people out there who are such good people who intend to make this a good event for you to come and enjoy. You can spend that week at home doing, I don't know, watching whatever nonsense you want to watch. And sitting there and drooling in front of the TV. Or you could spend the week out with good people, having a good time, educational, it's useful, it's purposeful, and it's going to connect you with like-minded individuals that will further give you more things to do that are like this.
100%.
That will connect you with more groups that want to do things like this, that are doing intentional things, living their lives intentionally in a way that's not just good for today, not just good for tomorrow, but thinking like, hey, how do I make today the best that I can so that tomorrow I don't have to be freaked out, so that the rest of my life I can be as secure as I am as I can be in my position, and then spread that to my neighbor. And if you can't get into that, I'm sorry, but I don't want you to come. Like,
yep.
It's probably not your cup of tea. Thank you, Will. All right, Randall, any closing comments for the people out at home watching tonight?
Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys having me on, and I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in person. But I've been snooping around, just looking at the fest and what you guys are all about, and it looks, this is what the country needs. This is what Americans need. Like, there's a lot of people out there that, they feel isolated. Like you were talking about the simulation. There's a lot of people, that they feel cut off, and they feel like they're the only people who give a crap. So events like this are freaking awesome, man. And I can see, doing nothing like what you guys are doing, but just running events myself. The work you guys put in is just insane. And so it looks cool, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Randall. We look forward to hanging out with you and all of our crazy friends from Midwest Preparedness Project. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night. And again, do your best. Come to the Midwest Preparedness Project Festival. You won't, I promise you won't regret it. It will be a life-changing event for you on so many levels. You will meet people that you had no idea that you had synergy with. But beyond that, you will learn from people that also teach and lead a life well lived. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic evening, and we will catch you in a couple of weeks at the festival. Randall, hang out, stay with us, and we'll talk to you after the show ends. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Have a safe week.